Hey everybody, and welcome to the very first in a series of Rukus Rush reviews. Short and sweet reviews of games that I love that generally have fairly simple mechanics. On today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing Sunset Over Water. In Sunset Over Water, you play a painter who gets up every morning and moves around the board trying to find the perfect scenes to paint. To do this, you select from a deck of cards that tells you what time you get up in the morning, where and how many spaces you can move, and how many pictures you're allowed to paint. Every day you have a goal that gives you a little bit of a bonus, and a number of commission cards available to guide you to what scenes you should be painting. At the end of the game, the player who's made the most money from their paintings is the winner. I really like the custom meeples on this one. There are 2 female ones and 2 male ones, which I like, and they also include 2 colors that I really love to have that don't always come in every game. Orange, which is my favorite color, and purple, which is my daughter's favorite color. Of course, for some reason they don't have blue, which is my wife's favorite color. I also love the artwork on these things. It ranges from some fairly realistic ones to some that look a little bit more like paintings, but I'm a really big fan of all of it. My only complaint about that, which isn't much of a complaint, is the fact that there are duplicates of a lot of these. Now, there are a lot of pictures here, so the fact that there will be duplicates kind of makes sense, but there's 3 or 4 of each one, and it is very common to have the board laid out and have more than one picture in the board that has duplicates of it. The cards you choose every day are fairly simple. There's not a lot to the art, but it is very straight to the point and it's very effective for what it is. And the commission cards are the same way. They just show the symbols. They have a question mark when it can be any symbol. They have little boxes to show you how many cards you're supposed to get. And I actually really like the design that's on the back of these two, though it is basically the same design for all of the different types of cards. There's just a different color for the design. It would have been nice to see maybe a little bit more of a variety. As far as gameplay is concerned, this game really hits a sweet spot for me. It's not very long. It has a little bit of kind of a take that element that you can mostly avoid. The strategy is nice. It's not just about getting what you can this turn, but also about moving your characters into places where you'll be able to get what you can the next turn. There's a benefit to moving first in that you have access to all of the cards and no one's going to steal it from you. But there's also a benefit to moving last in that you can get the daily bonus, which is only given to the last person who completes that objective during the day. I love this idea of having to plan around people whenever you're trying to move around. Should I get this one that goes earlier or should I get this one that goes later? Because if I get this later one, then I can get more paintings and I'm more likely to get what I want. But if someone else goes earlier than me, then they may take the paintings that I want, or they may take paintings that block me from being able to get to the paintings that I want. So maybe I should go earlier, but if I go earlier, then I can't get quite as many. And it's not to the point where you really start suffering from analysis paralysis, but it's definitely to the point where you are making some of those hard decisions because you don't know what the other players are going to decide to do, and you don't know how those decisions will affect you. The game is pretty simple. My wife and I really enjoyed playing the game, and I feel like it's simple enough that generally you could probably play with your kids. We didn't have much of a problem playing with my daughter, which while she's fairly good at board games, she does tend to take a long time to make complex decisions, but that wasn't much of an issue in this game. And actually, she surprised us with the strategy that she used where she tried to get the daily goal every single day, and that actually really pushed her over the edge to be the winner. Because she tied with my wife, but in that case, the person who has the most daily goals is the winner. So that was all that she needed. I wouldn't say necessarily that it's a go-to game for me because it is fairly simple and I really hate picking cards up off the table. And maintenance can be a little bit finicky, but it is a great filler game. It's a really good game for family. It's a fairly simple game to play and to teach to other people. So I definitely suggest this to anyone who's looking for a filler game or a good gateway game or a great portable game that you can take with you anywhere. So technically it may take up a little bit too much space to be played.